Hey, it's America's Supermom. Thank you for joining me on my podcast. This series is the Corona Chronicles. I created this so that we would have an outlet of positivity in the midst of a lot of negativity. You know what I'm talking about. All the news, the fear around this virus, how it can affect us, what the new normal is looking like, and how so many things have changed that a lot of people feel like um, it is the end of the world, so to speak. So, this podcast was created so that those of us who have hope, who are willing to move forward with this new normal and innovate new things that will help us to be creative and positive. That is what this platform is for us to come together and share that positivity and that light with those who may need it. So if you're interested in sharing your insight, please reach out because we can never have enough positive news. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Thank you guys for listening today. I'm really excited about my next guest, Tandra Price. We actually connected over Facebook and really excited to get into a dialogue with her. I just remember our first conversation was very organic, and we were able to connect and feel like I've known her for a while. So I'm excited to have her here today to kind of give us some insight on virtual networking. This is something that's really important right now as we kind of navigate through this pandemic. So I'm really excited to hear her insight and great pointers that she can kind of give us so that we can move forward in a positive way. So at this time, I'm going to give Tandra the opportunity to introduce herself before we get into the interview.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on. My name is
Mm-hmm.
Tandra Price, and I am actually a native of Wichita, Kansas, but I live in Edmond, Oklahoma. And I have a ladies' networking group called Conversations Over Coffee that I've been doing a little over 4 years. And it really grew from the passion of me wanting to help ladies with resources and information in order for them to get paid throughout their business. It's been an
Mm-hmm.
amazing run. I am a mother of two children. One goes to Howard, graduated from Howard University, one attends Spelman College. So, yeah, I'm real excited to be here and joining you.
Awesome, awesome. So, ladies networking, this is something that's really, the landscape has changed so much in this last 6 weeks or so. So, I'm really excited to kind of shed some light on, what it looks like now. What are some etiquette things that we could do? So, just, I have a lot of different questions. So, I guess I'll begin with what are some pointers that you could give somebody who is a little intimidated by being on camera when it comes to networking?
Well, you know what? Really, for networking, and a lot of us is kind of really, some of us has been used to it and some of it hasn't been. But I think with the virtual, being a part of a virtual networking just allows you sometimes, if you're not that familiar, you can always put your photo face there, but to actually
Mm,
interact with someone without actually having to be presently in front of somebody, it's just a
mhm,
little bit different. I think people find a
mhm,
lot more comfort in doing the virtual because they're not like standing face to face with someone. I think more is an intimidation to them. But the virtual part, I mean, it just allows you to just kind of give a look and not so
mm.
more, body contact, which is kind of a little bit different now that we're doing virtual. But it makes it so much easier for you to actually, have a conversation and to exchange business information.
I love that. Okay. So, how has this changed for you? Do you do everything through camera now, or are you still doing voicemails, emails? What is that looking like?
So for me, I do a little bit of both. I have email marketing that I do, but I also do a lot of my conversations that I do is through Zoom. So conversations
Mm-hmm.
over coffee, when we originally started, it started in Oklahoma City, and then we opened it up to, other different parts of Oklahoma City, which was Tulsa, Lawton. We started doing an online version of it in Texas, and then now we branched out into the Atlanta area. So for us,
Mm-hmm.
video conferencing is working best, especially with everything that's going on right now. Still keeping everybody connected in the same sense, doing it live at a lot of different coffee shops.
Mhm. Love that. And I mean, you're saving money, I'm sure too, when it comes to, you don't have to worry about gas, parking, and even sometimes the food or drinks that it takes when it comes to the networking aspect.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, so go ahead. Now, are there any fees? Because a lot of people are in networking groups, and there's just like so many things that are available online. Um, are there networking groups that are without a fee? Does everything have a fee? How does
Well,
that work?
there are some excuse me, some networking groups that do require a fee for you to get in. However, our
Mhm.
group is a free group to attend, and
Mhm.
we collaborate with a lot of different people, like globally, that is bringing good content and information you can get for free that you would
Mhm.
normally have to pay if you were going to a traditional training, whatnot.
Mm.
But yeah, it's totally
Mhm.
free. But here's the thing about it is that when you come into our group of ladies, you're able to connect on a globally and grow your network base globally, because there's people that's coming in from all over. Like we've had people from Africa, Hawaii, I mean, California. We've had people from
Mhm.
different areas. So that gives you an opportunity to connect with people on a different global level to expand your network base.
Love that. Okay. And that's good. So, and I'm sure that's probably good to be able to have a little bit of that insight even now to see what's going on in different parts of the world during this pandemic and just kind of helping to motivate one
Oh,
another.
yeah.
Um, so, when it comes to networking and everything, for some people, networking, like you said, we get content and we're able to collaborate. You are actually in a place where you are learning. And so for some people, they have fear about admitting some things they don't know. So that the content is good, but a lot of people are not raising their hands saying, "Hey, I need help with this," or maybe they could be. So explain to us how we could approach people who have some needs for some information, but are a little intimidated or fearful about expressing that without,
I
you know what I'm
do. So
saying?
I think what's most importantly,
Mhm.
because there are a ton of networking events out there and available, that you have to really find the right networking group that fits for you. And the reason why I say that is
Mhm.
because with our group, which is Conversations Over Coffee, it's like a come in, let your hair down, relax. I mean, no judgment or anything. Because one of the things that we kind of the intro for us is that we're here to learn from each other and grab each other's expertise. I mean, it's about the juggles and
Mhm.
struggles of what it's taking for us to get through our business. Do we all know everything? No. Should we be doing stuff? Yes. I mean, so it's almost we are
Mhm.
gearing accountability partners along the way of what we're doing. But it's a relaxed atmosphere. If you don't know, it's okay to say you don't know. And you have to be around, I want to
Mhm.
call, say it's your celebrity group of friends, which is your circle of friends that say, hey, it's okay to say that it's not okay. And guess what? I may not be in the same business that you're in, but I'm kind of going through the same struggles that you're going through. So we're willing to help each other along the way.
Mhm. Mhm. So true. Now, so how has this pandemic kind of affected your daily routine as it involves the amount of time that you used to put into your networking group as opposed to now post, I mean, with this
Well,
pandemic going on?
actually, with this pandemic, I mean, it's really kind of grew my base, and it's actually grew the need
Mhm.
for my audience for me to come on more often than I do, because normally I would just, do once a month at every location, the places that I would go to. But now
Mhm.
it's allowed me to do it a little bit more frequently. The need is there. I mean, people are still wanting to get connected
Mhm.
and get more resources of learning how to get connectedly virtually online. What are the things I should be doing? What are the things I shouldn't
Mhm.
be doing? So I've collaborated with my partners as well to say, join me in this conversation so we can be able to give some content and information to those who are having this need of what we're talking about. I mean, I'm getting more requests and more demand. I did a conversations over coffee this morning, and they were like, "Oh, can you do one later this afternoon?" So the need is there because more now than ever. I mean, if you have a product, service, or anything, I mean, you have your audience sitting right there in front of you. People every day are their computer, their social media. They're trying to connect. It's like we want to be not just a consumer, but we want to be a producer while we're doing what we're doing in this pandemic.
Love that. Okay. And so, what are some of the needs that you see that people are having? You know, because as with you having a group, you kind of see the pulse. I know in my situation, just dealing with 11 kids that are at home, you know, I've seen the need for moms who are trying to juggle working from home and homeschooling their kids. So, within your groups and with some of the industries, what are some of the needs that you're noticing
I think the
in
need
your
right
group?
now is one is I want to go virtual. How do I do it? What platform is the best platform for me
Mhm.
to be on? Look like when I go
Mhm.
virtual? I mean, like how should I be set up when I do it? Um, and different
Mhm.
apps and sites that can help you with even generating content for your virtual. Right now, it is
Mhm.
so huge that if you have something, we want to be able to have our community, which is our networking community, be able to help us sell our product without us really having to do a whole lot. So with that being said, I mean,
Mhm.
what does that look like? How do we put that together? How do we get it done? And that's really kind of the need. Like, what social media platform? I mean, they're asking questions as even as doing voice recordings. Like, should I get a different mic? Should I get a different camera? Uh, you know, what
Mhm.
really is your expertise? I mean, we go by, what is everybody asking you for is what you should be trying to be an expert in, and then developing your networking group.
Mm. Mhm. Love that. Now, so let me think here. How do you go about recruiting people for your group? Is it just the members help with that, or and then just during this time, have you seen it kind of grown organically
A
on its
little bit
own?
of both. Yeah, so I've seen it grow just by
Mhm.
me. We have a Facebook group. It's called Conversations Over Coffee. I think that we have maybe about 800 or 900 ladies in there. Not all of them are active, but a good majority of them are. So they'll just send out the request. I mean, I'll put it on the page, and then they'll just start sharing it from there. But I'm a part of other networking platforms as well, and I just share that information on those platforms. So I'll just do
Mhm.
a mass send out, even through my email marketing, um, and then just go to the different
Mhm.
sites that I'm a part of. But I don't do a whole lot of recruiting because a lot of people, because we've been in the circuit for a little bit, a lot of ladies know that, hey, Conversations Over Coffee is going to be on this particular date. Hey, tell your friend. And one of the reasons why there's no fee to join our group is because all we ask is that you join the Facebook page and invite another person to join the group.
Mm. Mhm. Okay. Now, what are some tips and pointers that you could share with individuals who have never experienced putting on an event in a Zoom platform? So a lot of people, they're like, oh, I got 20 people or whatever the number is that are coming. So, in terms of how to conduct a meeting, what, makes it where it's smooth and, effective when it comes to networking? What are
I
some
think
tips
I
you can
think
give them?
the well, first of all, I think when I started my community, I just started with something that I love, and I love
Mhm.
talking to people. So, um,
Mhm.
what I did is, or the tips I could say, just start with what you love first, and then once you move to doing it
Mhm.
virtually, I mean, you go to Zoom. They have Zoom as you can get a free account. I think up to 50 people, or you can go to it. I would get
Mhm.
an effective platform that I could do my presentation with. And then my third tip would be to just have an invite to all my friends or whoever, business colleagues, and just have a conversation on something kind of crazy. I mean, because you're trying to get people to come into your fold. And a lot of people may not really want to be talking about business, but like when I started, I just had a simple conversation. And from there, I mean, that's how it goes. But I think going virtually, you just do those same things. Send out a small invite, say, hey, you know what? I'm having a conversation about, ladies who need to know about social media. Anybody want to join me? And then just send that out, and then just see how many people join you. Because actually, when my group first started, I started with actually 2 ladies. And from therefore, after that, I start getting 50, 60, 100 ladies coming just on a simple, I just did a simple invite as I said. So I would just do that. That would be one of my tips, to just start your community, because you never know really what the need of the person is until they get into your community.
I like that. And so when it comes to the meetings itself, because a lot of people can be kind of intimidated, in terms of, 50 people came to the event. How do I run this? How do I make it where, the people are networking, effectively? So, what are some pointers that you could give them for that?
So what I do is I always try to have a co-partner with me. As when we're starting the meetings, like for instance, like I said, we had a good meeting today. I think we had over about 49 people in the group, and I'm kind of did my little intro. My co-partner, she's just like, kind of making them feel comfortable. Hey, everybody, kind of announcing by their names, just kind of starting to get them engaged. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? Good morning. We do that, but I also do a breakout room too as well, because on Zoom, breakout room, and it'll assign people to different groups. And then again, you're not physically you're face to face, but you could still just type your message in there. So that's kind of giving you another interaction. And then when the meeting's over with, everybody comes back. But I always kind of have an agenda of what we're going to do and what we're going to say and talk. And then they're free to chat with us, or do their comments or have questions in the chat. So they don't physically have to talk. They can chat. They can type their question in the chat.
Love that. That's good. Okay. Yeah, because, a lot of people, they can like, oh, there's so many people here. What am I supposed to do? So, it's good to kind of have a little bit of direction when you're doing that. Because some people, what is easy for one can be just overwhelming for the next person. So that's some great tips to help them to be informed with. What actually are some things that you do in your daily routine? So as a group leader, and just being abreast of, like you said, what's kind of going on, the pulse of what's happening in industries or whatever with your group, what are some daily routines that you do to kind of keep you grounded and not so overwhelmed with the news as it is
well, one
today?
of the things is I turn off my television. So I do, and part of my daily routine is in the morning, I get up, I do my daily meditation, read, I do some exercise. And then I have this thing I call 10 before 10 that are incoming. And so I do pretty much that. Then I go into my 10 things that I need to be doing, just not only for my networking group, but for my business alone, because that kind of keeps me grounded. And then I do some self-care along the way. But I try to have a daily habit, and that daily habit is doing those 10 things before 10. I mean, whether I'm, hitting my email marketing list that's going out every morning. I mean, I'm trying to do things that are a lot more automation that I would have to do that's easier for me, so I can get a lot more done, so I can spend the rest of my afternoon, doing other things, because, I mean, by the time we get done halfway day, now it's time to balance life and family in there as well.
So true. And now, so you brought up a good thing about income producing activities. And so if you could kind of shed some light on that, because a lot of us are like, yeah, I'm busy, I'm doing this for the business,
right.
And, they're not income producing, so a lot of people have a business and it's like, I'm busy, but, I'm not making no money.
Well,
So
you know
can
what?
you shed some light?
I think everybody's thing is different, but I think one thing you should do is this going to pay my electricity bill? Whatever I'm doing, is this going to pay my electricity bill or my rent bill? I mean, because we can get busy with a lot of different things, but ain't making no money. So I mean, it's like I think each
Right,
business is different. You
right.
have to tailor it to it. Like you can't get up and getting on like Facebook. I mean, that's not one of my things that I'm gonna do that's gonna get me money. I mean, I'm gonna at
Mhm,
least start, sending out 100
mhm,
messages. I mean, I do that every day. I mean, I have to send out because, like I said, for my
mhm,
business alone,
mhm,
I send out 100 messages, or 100 invites in the morning, because I know we all
mhm,
know it's a numbers game.
mhm.
Part of a network marketing company
Right.
it's a numbers game. And even, you have to send out so much. So I mean, that's one thing that
Yeah.
I'm doing for sure. Follow-up comes after 10. A lot of people think, oh,
Mhm,
part of my follow-up is part of my income producing. Yeah,
mhm,
but it should be your after 10, because right now that's what's going to make you money. But right now you need to think about things that's going to get you money, like right now on your table.
mm,
I mean, do I have my automation set up? Do I have my pre-recording
mhm,
set up that's ready to go out? Things of those nature. I mean, so I think it's just
mhm,
different for each business
mhm.
that you have.
So true. But I love the fact that 100 messages. This is powerful because a lot of people get into these businesses and they're like, hey, I'm so excited. And they send out 10 invites. They do that for a couple days.
Yeah.
Nobody calls them back or whatever. And then they're done with it. So I think it's very good for people to kind of have a realistic objective to recognize that it's 100 messages a day. Now, this is a good thing to bring up too. So you send those 100 messages out, the process that you went
Mm-hmm.
through to make that automated. So, kind of walk people through that and figure out, how you went about doing that. If that's just
Yeah,
like
I
an
mean, I'm
email list
continuing
or, that
building
type
my
of thing.
email list, but I just have it set up automatically. I mean, there's a lot of different sites you can go through, MailChimp and things of that nature, to set it up free, but have a random,
Mhm.
email
Mhm.
message that's going out, typed up message that's going out. And a lot of times, even when I'm sending out my messages, in my invites, sometimes I
Mhm.
do, just a regular question, because the main thing is for us to stay constant presently in front of people, because people buy stuff based on timing and feelings. And it just depends. I mean, like right now, people are
Mm.
feeling things a different way.
Mhm.
Timing could be, is even more perfect, because I mean, you have to look at your ratio of people that's opening up your emails or things of that nature. I mean, I not only do 100 email
Mhm.
messages, but I have a text automation
Mhm.
that I do. So, I mean, I think we have to constantly keep doing something.
Mhm.
One of the things that
Mhm.
one of my ladies say, well, I've tried it for this way. Yeah, but now when you only tried for a few days, sometimes that turns into a hobby and not a passion. Because I mean, a passion is something that,
Right.
listen,
Right.
it's about your
So true.
why and the reason why you're doing what you're doing. And you have to be able to be laser focused on that and make sure no
Mhm.
matter what that you're doing something, because we already know the traditional thing is, at the time we're
Mhm.
going to get no's, but a lot of those no's can turn into yeses.
Mhm. So true. So
Oh,
true.
I
And
do.
I love the fact that you mix it up. You have email, text, and different platforms, because that's true too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people say, "Who's your avatar?" But one of the things you notice is that on different platforms, that message, it may be the same goal, but the
Mm-hmm.
message changes a
And
little bit based on the
I know
audience.
a lot of people too, they kind of get,
So that's
even
one of the
while
things.
they're
Go
thinking
ahead.
that email is not a traditional method of communicating, it's really is kind of almost one of the number one communications, because I mean, just think about your social media. But a lot of people get tied up into, oh, they unsubscribe. That's okay, because once one unsubscribes, you'll get two more that will subscribe.
Mhm. Mhm. And to me, I think a lot of people. I know for me, when I
Mm-hmm.
open up my email, I'm a little bit more intentional. Sometimes you can get on social media and you're reading something on Facebook, then you get one from LinkedIn, and
Mm-hmm.
you're distracted a lot. There's a lot more noise. Whereas you're focused when you go to your email. that's time that you're able to focus on that message a little bit more rather than, being
Mm-hmm.
distracted by scrolling through something else that comes up,
Yeah, because
during
really
your
after your
social
email,
media
I
view.
mean,
So that's a
depending
good
on what
point to bring
platform
up.
you use, I mean, you have a
Mm,
report, so you're getting the number of people that's opening it up, you're getting the number of people response. I mean, so right there, that's your income producing, especially those that opened
mhm.
it up. You want to definitely contact those.
Mhm. Mhm. So true. So true. Well, these are great nuggets of wisdom, and I really
So the
appreciate your
best way to
time. Now,
get a
what's
hold
the
of
best
me
way for
is
people to
through
get a
our
hold of you?
Facebook page, which is called Conversation Over Coffee. And just go to our page. It's free to join. You're free to even promote
Mhm.
your information onto that page. Just go join us and accept us and just inbox me.
Mhm.
Or you can catch me on LinkedIn, which is Tandra Price.
Okay. Okay. And in conclusion, do you have any books or podcasts that
Well,
you
I have
enjoy
a lot
listening
of
to or reading?
uh, personal development books I read, especially. I think if anybody that's starting out right now, they need
Mhm.
to read the book. And I don't have the book in front of me, but it's called "What's Your Why." I think that's a very good foundational book to read,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
really beginning, because I think when I read that book, that gave a lot of insight to the reason why I do what I do, and why I know I need to be more focused than ever. Moving forward because of the
Mhm.
changes I want to make for me and my family.
Mhm. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you
Yes,
so
thank you
much,
so
Tandra. I
much.
appreciate your time. It's been great. All right. Well, looking forward to collaborating with you in the future, and hopefully, when you make it to
Absolutely. Have
Atlanta,
a great
we
day.
can get together for coffee.
Bye bye.
Thank you for joining me on this episode. I really enjoy providing content that inspires and challenges us to be a better version of ourselves. If you are interested in being a guest on the show, please email me at info@lachelleadkins.com. You can also reach out to me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, or my YouTube channel. If there was something in this episode that resonated with you, it probably will resonate with someone else. So please share it. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. But those aha moments, those moments of really getting something and changing your perspective are very, very pivotal in having people change the trajectory of their lives. And so being able to share insightful information so that other people can grow is the easiest thing that we can do as we pay it forward. So again, I want to thank you all for listening. And if you have time, write out a review. Go to iTunes, Anchor, wherever you can find this podcast on any of those platforms, and write a review about what impact this episode had on you, what you learned, or whatever. Any feedback is great because it just helps me to understand what content is really beneficial for those that are listening. So, again, I want to thank you all for your support and taking the time to spend some time with me and my guests. And I wish you a wonderful day. Thanks for listening.